sleeve. Let's see. I'm looking again at Gratisfaction. I want more big AWP clips out of him because you know that OC and Sonic as a double AWP are going to look to deliver on this map for Extra Assault.
I think that's the key point here. I think OC and Sonic is possibly the best double up in this tournament, right? And this is a map where it doesn't get much better suited for them. So this is going to be a tough showing for EXTREMUM in that regard. And we'll see what they can do. Going to be up the ramp early here for Extra Assault. They're trying to take this space, and they're having a lot of success doing so. Player already around. And onto the site they go. Liaz does collect one before being traded. That's about the best you can expect for him. Tag's going back the other way, and Marky late here in mid. He'll find one. He's looking for more. He's picked the wrong target. Doesn't connect. That position could have been huge. Instead, it's kind of meh.
Flash up for the retake. They've got a kit. Jacob's first. He's very low. A headshot for OC. And he'll receive it all right. Grad dead. They line up. Jacob gone. And Sonic. Oh, one more bullet would have done it. Getting the quick reload. Not getting the shot, though. It's Azza who could get on the bomb with the kit. It's not really looking good, though. JT cleans it up. And Extra Assault take a pistol. Very close. Nice attempt at the retake. Got a bit scary there on...
Yeah, I'll just say it. They got to kill Sonic there, man. Like, come on. Like, I know everyone's, you know, had a big adrenaline dump and you're all like pumped up, but yeah, you got to put him down a lot quicker. And the fact he was able to stay alive as long as he did, essentially, is what strips the round away from them. So, EXTREMUM, got to put that out of their heads. And we've got some scouts and the old Swag 7.
Not one less scout.
Indeed.
Still a swag, though. Jacob's got that up on B as well, but it seems like, again, Pit being taken, they may not test him. I think it's very unlikely they wind up going back, and that's always disappointing. We saw Jacob flexing a bit with a swag on Nuke. I'd like to give him another opportunity, but Dust 2 is a much less merciful map for that particular set of equipment.
That's a great headshot on by Azza. Oh, and some damage done as well onto Marky, who's now going to be cleaned up by that nade from Liaz. So, looks like they're going to take this fight in mid, and they're going to get another gun. So now the question is, at 2v2, with the bomb going down, are they going to go for it, or are they just going to keep these upgraded weapons? Well, we're going to find out. Is there going to be a quick kill coming in? Oh. That should be the end of it. OC has Jacob's number, metaphorically, not literally, although they might be friends, and Fang is going to get that final kill. So EXTREMUM, very, very close to doing it, but in the end, Extra Assault are going to take that round.
I'd watch that buddy cop movie.
Be pretty
Jacob
good,
and OC.
Yeah, Jacob and OC. OC's the, you know, guy that, like, didn't want a partner. He does things by the book. You know, Jacob, Norwegian. We do things differently in Norway. We, you know.
He's a grizzled Norwegian veteran, and he's got a straight-laced rookie on his squad.
Jacob, how many times have I told you? You can't have an open alcoholic beverage on your desk. We're meant to be solving murders.
You've got to drink it, Jacob. Then recycle.
I feel like we're recycling jokes from Mind Cop, if you remember that far back.
Yeah.
The day one.
It's been some days.
The halcyon days of Mind Cop. Well, EXTREMUM get a buy there. Nice little quick eco, but Extra Assault starting good on a map they've definitely had some success on in the past.
Oh, is it a B rush? Is it a simple little keep it simple, stupid kind of situation? You got a bit of utility, you got a bit of couple of smokos, couple of flashbangs, but they don't commit to it. They get smoked off in the tunnel. All right. EXTREMUM. They're on Smoko, so leave them alone.
They're on Smoko.
Oh, that's a good song.
That is a good song.
Down here in the lower tunnels, that is where EXTREMUM is slowly making their way Back in towards B. Now the pacing of my voice is going to try and match the speed at which we see them coming in now, and it grinds to a bit of a halt. The flash is tearing them apart, and now it's just on to one man with 40 seconds. He's very and dead to the back. Buntek gonna find him. And EXTREMUM, they get their first on the board.
That B-take just vaporized. It was like a bug hitting a windshield.
It did. I was really hoping more was going to happen. That was why I was like, yeah, I'll try and match it to the pace they go at. They literally ran for all of about 2 seconds, grinded to an immediate and jarring halt, and then just all die in the smoke.
Remember, folks, if your room fills up with smoke, drop to the ground and crawl towards the nearest exit. Don't stay there and get shot. Opening pick for Marky, though.
Actually, that would be bad advice for someone like Jonji, because his room is 90% smoke. He lives in his own atmosphere, and
well, you know,
he would just have to play lying down.
Jonji takes his role as chief representative of Vape Nation very seriously.
Yeah, Jonji always was like a big utility guy, right? Great with the smokes. That's what we can rely on. We call him Big J for a reason. Little voice crack in there. That's all part of it. Big J. What's good, Jonji? Here we go. Liaz boosted up onto the short side.
It's a stack.
He's going to join up with Buntek, no less.
Linking arms, holding hands.
No one in B. Could just walk in. No
yeah,
one's positioned
no
for it, though. They know where this wants to end. Now the B player's gone back, but it's going to be a cat take, so it'll be coming back around. Maybe a little bit hurt coming over the Xbox. Whatever it is, Liaz is ready for it. 2 players to respond here, and they're going to shut it down. Both kills taken, nothing in return. It's perfect. Now the ramp players, what can they do? They can line up for death all onto OC. Time running out, and he'll go a little bold here.
Ooh.
OC making some magic happen, and mid is open to him. Mid is wide open to him. They drop down. Oh, but Liaz is quick on the trigger. That could have gotten bad. The spacing was not effective. There was a chance there for OC, but no.
I love the double drop. Like, there's no hesitation there. They just both go for it. A little bit terrifying. Hello, Harry.
Have you been able to look at the Ancient update yet?
Yeah.
What's changed? Give me a breakdown.
It didn't seem like a lot. It was basically all the plywood on the map has changed color to a bluish teal instead of brown.
No way.
But they've bugged it in the same patch, and they've therefore made this plywood unwallbangable. So a lot of the spots that were wallbangable, like the B site from Cave, you know, Markolov into B, where you killed a guy last night to close game. You can't spam that. That's what I read. I looked very quick.
And what's going on with the DZ update?
Who gives a shit?
Fuck, that wasn't the response I hoped you were going to give
Why?
me.
The DZ? Oh.
I was going to say, D's nuts. Got him. Oh, that would have been good, but then he said, who gives a fuck? And so it kind of derailed it.
You said that. I'm not as rude, Harry.
What? You can't just
you
put, you said
you
that,
upgraded
Hugo.
his shit to a fuck,
I said
mate.
shit, yeah. That's.
Oh, did I?
Don't misquote me. How rude do you think I am, rude boy? Brah.
Well, swearing is swearing, you know?
Yeah, unacceptable. Like that AWP shot from OC, catching Azra on a jiggle. Oh, Grant, he's got some style points.
If you do want to report the casters to the Beyond the Summit owners, you can do that on Twitter, would be the best way, I imagine. Let me just find you the right one for complaints.
It's worth noting that Summit aren't listening right now. They don't know what's going on their
No, the way that like
hit
casters
play.
work
Hit
is
start
they
and
hire
then they're done.
us, right? They put us in like in a room and they just say, right, show's yours now, gents. Good luck.
And then they come back after 2 weeks and they go, guys, come on.
It's a survival exercise.
Transformers and cocaine. That's not what we want associated with Beyond the Summit. But anyway, if you do want to report the casters,
Oh my God.
you can do that at, if you go on Twitter, at hot_bid. That's a chap called Ken. Basically, he's the creative director at Beyond the Summit. And I'm sure he would love to know what you think of the casters. So certainly, if you want us removed from the broadcast, he would be the guy that would make that decision ultimately.
Yeah.
So tweet at him and let him know.
I'm sure he's very excited to get a flurry of support.
And I do just want to say now, right, you know, I've loved having Richard here, but I just want to distance myself from his comments now and say that, yes, you can do that. However, I might not recommend it.
I certainly recommend it wholeheartedly. And basically, make the complaints as vivid and descriptive as possible.
Actually, I think, no, to be fair, that is the right thing to do, isn't it?
Of course.
You have to be
document
impartial.
all of the things that are wrong with this cast and make sure Ken knows about it, because he literally, like Hugo said, he said, look, I'm going to hire you guys. Richard, you've been out the game for a while. It's a big risk. You're not brand safe, but we're going to hire you anyway. Hugo and Harry, I mean, let's be real. You know, they just love casting summit events. But, you know, they're slackers, and that's our style. And you know, we'll throw what's his name, Mike or whatever. Yeah, we'll throw him in there. And basically, just don't fuck it up. Essentially, it's all like, that's our standard. And we'll come back and we'll review all of the VODs later. And if you've said anything out of turn, we'll retroactively penalise you in an appropriate fashion. So, you know, what I recommend you do is, if you have heard something on the broadcast you think isn't CS related, you go and tell Ken all about it.
Oh, he didn't grab the bomb. Sonic's going for it. He forgot the bomb. He could have. Oh, he gets a headshot.
Why didn't he grab the bomb?
I don't know, but he realized there, stuck in the middle with you. And nowhere to go.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Bottom.
And that was the musical intermission. You will only get, you know, 6 of these a map, so really savor them whenever they come along.
See, the best part of this for me is as the new guy on the block, as the guy for whom this is an unusual type of event to get, making my little guest appearances. There was a line outlined in our pre-event documentation, and you guys have stepped so far beyond it at this point. Just trounced all over the line, kicked it apart. I don't know where it is anymore. So I'm like somewhere here, somewhere there. I'm just wandering in the wilderness and just following the fence posts you guys have left behind for me, and I gotta say, it's a wild ride.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't realize, because I as the host, I obviously have talks with the people who are running the event, you know, privately before I come on air. You know, I'm the first guy to check in, obviously. You guys just turn up and say what's on the screen, like all casters. And, you know, I was talking to them, and one of the ongoing problems that they're going to have for CS Summit 9, it might not even happen because of you, Mike, because Pete Yarrow's legal counsel are in the process of filing a suit against
I figured that's the way this would end up. It's just
for outrageous claims that you've made on air. So
this is how my career ends. Not with a bang, but a yarrow.
Yeah, and it was, you know, you actually used to be a great caster like us once, and then you took a yarrow to the knee, and and you just can't believe it. Also, it would be fitting that Peter Yarrow would be the guy to find you / your family for a 3rd time to then just tear your livelihood away.
And the 3rd time will definitely be the charm here. You've just worked the last summit, sunshine. And listen, I carry authority in this business. So if there's a bus coming and you've got to go under those wheels to keep me in money, I won't hesitate, mate.
Yes, that is a threat, Mike, if you're wondering.
I'm feeling it.
The bus is a metaphor. This obviously is all a metaphor. I want to make it clear for Twitch rules. That is a metaphor. There's no real bus involved.
Yeah. Changing my casting name to Speed Bump now.
Well, our EXTREMUM about to hit a speed bump in this round, Nathan.
There we go.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
This is it, right? Up towards the catwalk. The nades traded in. And this A hit, feeling like a libel suit from Peter Yarrow. It's looming. Any moment now, it could come in. But instead, it's back into the realm of middle. They try to pull the old switcheroo. This is like changing your spot to Vietnam and trying to hide out there, yet still, EXTREMUM managed to find you. They track him down. They drop the bomb out in the open. Oh, no. Oh, shot to the back for Marky and Fang. He's the little boy with glasses. Here he is in the door. No-scoped by Gratisfaction. Not actually no-scope. Wall-banged was what I meant. Always get terms confused. Sorry, I am only a silver 3. There it is. It's a round for EXTREMUM.
We have had the first complaints come in. I'm monitoring that situation. For those that are just tuning in,
Oh no.
at @hot_bid on Twitter.
This poor man's DMs.
I'm disappointed to see praise in there as well. That's not what Ken's Twitter is for. He only wants complaints. Please send them.
Finally got a successful B-side take here. And now with 4 alive, this should be brutal to get back through. Bintet risks the flames to retrieve a smoke. Whatever he's doing, he's lost out in the open at this point. He's down for the count. All into Grat here, 1v4. They've got money for days, but there's no sense burning it. And at this point, an attempt back in would be tantamount to setting his op on fire. He does find an exit on Marky. His position now known. Might get chased out. Might get tracked. Nah, they're likely going to let him withdraw. Their money's fragile. Their money's precious. There's no sense throwing an AK away. There's going to be a long flank around, but chasing this gun feels a bit much. So they'll set up, see if he gets a bit adventurous, tries to go for an unnecessary peek, but otherwise, it's going to be a 4th round for EXTRASALT. They've been quiet to start this map.
Yeah, and suddenly, I'm feeling quite smug with my assessment about this game being potentially close. That assessment specifically.
Yeah, well, you know, it looked like for a second EXTREMUM were about to run away with things, but, you know, back to reality, and EXTRASALT coming in with a much-needed round. This was getting a bit scary. Been silent ever since the pistol and the conversions that followed. Now we've got a double AWP as well. No Bintet, it's Liaz running the secondary. In times gone by, we've seen so many players on this team double AWP. Grat on the angle, immediately pushed off. He's not going to hit his shot today. Back to the site instead.
Oh, Liaz spotted some toes. Spot a hint of an ankle. He's trying to get them feet. Not today, though. Instead, it'll be Bintet behind this smoke. Does have support. A flash presumably going to come over. Timing will be critical here. Actually, just going to re-smoke it and get out of there. Molly makes his decision for him. Takes a lot of damage on the escape. He'll get away with his life. At the very least. Still committed to this angle. Still committed to this fight. Grat with him, and there we go. Bogdan's Law in effect. 3 players stacked up here. They want this fight towards Catwalk, and it seems like it's coming to a head. Gratisfaction going to go for the swing. There's the flashbang for him, but his spray goes wild. That's not an op. Grat, you got to hit more than just the first bullet. His shots go straight. 2 players down, a third as well. That site's wide open, and the round should be just about done.
Yeah, saving territory. At least you're both locked in on B, right? You're together. You can give it up quickly and hope that you don't get hunted down. But EXTRASALT already fanning out to T-spawn. Looking to trap them.
They are trapped. They're encircled. There's my brother in a school assembly. There's no way they're getting out of this one. Fresh is coming on in, shots around, and they're actually going to be able to keep their guns. Okay, it's a massacre back the other way. Extra Salt walked into what it turned out to be their tomb. They lose 3.
Yeah, man, and this is lit right now. You know, we're just out here partying, keeping it fresh, young, hip, new generation. And that's what we want out of EXTREMUM. Because when I think of who the not best esports org is,
Only one name comes to mind.
Yes, you've done me there, sir. Well played.
Right. So look at this. Extra Salt. They're spreading out. They're taking some map control. They're like Nutella. And dust is the bread. And here we go. Up onto the short side. Gratisfaction. In the drop down, misses that first shot. Now the rest of Extra Soul trying to get out long. They got to get past Bunter, and that's easier said than done. Sonic, well, traded out, but Grat's been waiting here patiently, waiting all damn round. He's going to tuck himself in at the car. Waiting, still more waiting. Molly, ooh, that makes the wait a little bit hot now for Gratisfaction. Oh, they spam him out. Sonic with the kill. However, you know, they know that both players are at long now. Flash goes over. Whose sight? Az's sight. He's holding on. In they go. The bomb's dropped, and it's all falling apart. EXTREMUM up onto 8. We're getting a great CT half out of them right now. This is big. This is big. Extra Salt. They were like, you know, for some people, they were favorites to go on and make the finals. Make a deep run at least.
Yeah.
EXTREMUM might be the team to send them home.
And you said it best in the introduction, you know, think about that as a prospect and, you know, how well Extra Salt have played, how they've given themselves such a good account of themselves. We finally managed to coax out of them. Yeah, we might be the best team in NA on current form. And then this happens. It's lonely at the top.
But they're not out yet. You know, we've seen both teams be really good at coming back into series and stealing back wins. Oh, that's awkward. Sonic missed the jump onto the ledge, and so his legs are shown to Liaz. Yoink. The bomb now controlled by EXTREMUM. If he goes any wider, the Orb's holding his angle. Grat's found another shot, meanwhile, with the Orb on catwalk. T-side trying to grab one back, OC. Gets the bomb. Fang loses his life in the meantime. 5-on-2. And we talk about the comeback here. Well, maybe not as easy as we thought, because it's, you know, if they win this round, EXTREMUM, they're looking for 10, right? Extra Salt going to be broke. They need a bomb plant here, anything they can muster, but nothing but bullets coming through smokes to clean them up. 5 alive, 9 rounds. I'm looking for double digits before the half is over.
Yeah, and Extra Salt going to have to pull something out here. What can they do with this last round force up? Well, not an AK in sight.
We have had a lot of great feedback and support as well over the cast, but we do have one question from the crowd, and that's for you, Richard. And the question is, why is Richard so smug after so many years after the Phantom Lord video? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I don't really, I guess I've never thought about, well, I have to throw us to a half now, so.
That's awfully timed, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks, Hugo. We call that a hospital pass in rugby, but don't you go to the hospital. Join us after the break. Right, welcome back. This is it now in the extra derby of Extra Salt and EXTREMUM. we're going to find out who's going to emerge triumphant on this second half of Dust 2. And I can see the pistol round emerging, although I can't.
Well, you'll need to cast it, Richard,
Yeah,
because no one else can see it.
Right. Well, so it looks like we've got some lower B action from the terrorists. They're going to be boosting up. Nope, they're going to take a fight mid. I can't hear it, but JT's going to get a kill. This is strange. And then, OC with a couple of fantastic flicks. Fang actually got that second one, but Liaz immediately answers back, and it's just a bloodbath in mid. OC with another, and now Liaz would have to repeat his clutch. Doesn't do it. That's casting.
Great effort.
That's textbook casting.
Oh no, I just sat on the fudge.
You sat on the fudge?
How has he done this?
I didn't realize I put it in my chair. Why did I do that?
You were so excited for the fudge.
I got a whole kilo of fudge.
Mate, you can...
That.
It's only touched your ass, so it's still okay. It's still good.
Just mixed with some different fudge.
Did you put the whole kilo on the chair?
Yeah, it's in like a box.
It's like a
you know, and
cushion
I
of
sat
fudge.
on the box, and now the box is flat, and the fudge is flat.
I mean, fudge doesn't really need to have a structure to it, right? If it changes
I know
form, it's not really going to change
cubes are a
flavor.
big part of the experience for me, if I'm being honest. I get off on geometry.
If you would like to get a piece of Harry's ass-squashed fudge, you can tweet at @hot_bid.
Poor guy, man.
Handles all the giveaways he does. So talk to him about it, is what I would suggest.
Will you sign the ass fudge?
I think it's already got a pretty unique stamp on it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because I don't know if you know this, but much like fingerprints, an ass print is actually unique to the individual.
I'd like to clarify, Harry has at least got shorts on when he sits on the fudge, so...
When I sit on it,
Look,
you know, 'cause
you
this
guys
wasn't the first
say a
time.
lot of weird things, but that one's not believable. That he's actually wearing shorts. I know what's going on over there.
The good news is they're so tight that the print has gone through the shorts and is still an accurate representation of his
So make sure to wear... That's why I wear loose gloves when I'm committing crimes. So...
If you're lucky, you'll get the... oh, no, this one might be a bit...
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll get the starfish
no,
print
it's,
fudge.
yeah, it's fine, really. This in a segment the fans are calling repulsive. We'll now move away from that and bring us back to the beautiful game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and I gotta love what we're getting here out of EXTREMUM, Richard. You can't not love it. It's 11-7. They're leading the way, and the Aussies / Norwegian / New Zealand / Indonesian are looking real good right now.
Yeah,
That's casting.
Very good.
Is that just how we end
I
up?
thought you said you got off on geometry, not geography.
I get anything with a G. I'm there.
He's...
Oranges in Old
Graphing,
English used to be called
grading.
grogs, by the way.
Is that
so,
true? Grogs.
Yeah, that's true. Google that. There's a bit of knowledge for you all.
Cheers, mate. I actually didn't know that.
It's quite helpful.
I feel blessed. I just said something to Richard that
Yeah.
he didn't
I
know.
like learning stuff, man. It's great. It doesn't play any practical part in my life as an esports person, but, you know, having knowledge is generally something. That's good.
It's power, actually, is the old saying.
I have heard that.
So you would be one of the most powerful men.
Well, Extra Salt, they're learning a lesson. Thanks to EXTREMUM.
All right, Hugo, I'm going to allow this.
Yeah. Probably get back
Segue
into the
back.
game. You know, we've got to
Gonna
talk
allow
about it
this segue.
once in a while.
Was thinking about calling the Segway police, but no, we're going to allow that. We're going to allow that.
We do have
Yeah, just
Segway
the
cops.
regular-
We have Segway
That
cops
would
in the
fall
US.
under the remit of the regular police, but...
They've got little sirens, little flashing lights on the front of their Segways. Very intimidating.
Can imagine.
I will say Liaz, ever since that crazy 3K on Nuke, it's been phenomenal. He's got 20 kills and only 9 deaths to this point, which, I mean, he was much quieter really through the first map and most of the second. So this is quite a bit to buoy the performance of EXTREMUM. It's Jacob to take 2 through the mid doors, and now they've got this player on B completely isolated, and Marky's not even going to turn around. He's not even aware they could already be through. The smoke was down, and his back was turned, and that should just about be the round. Bentet will be left behind to try and hunt up any guns he can, but this bomb's going down. This round is out of hand, and that's going to be 12 on the board. A 5-round lead as EXTREMUM look to take this over the line. I also realize at this point that I've completely lost track of how I'm supposed to be pronouncing EXTREMUM. EXTREMUM?
EXTREMUM.
Yeah, you have been saying EXTREMUM. But I like it.
It's bad. EXTREMUM. Trying to take this over the line. Trying to move out to the next stage of the lower bracket. Trying to get
just
some more
say
of those.
extreme and then forget the follow-up word, and you just go and then you've done it. It's kind of simple as that.
I do love the new EXTREMUM copy paste though, which is you know, we are young, we are fresh, we are the next generation, we are creating style.
We are not the number one.
I like that copy paste. That's good actually as well for the branding. So keep that up because we want to rep EXTREMUM. Let's get it.
Yeah. Harry, you should get that tattooed on your chest.
I've actually arranged that while we've been.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it
That's
tattooed
what
on
the
my.
needles are for.
That's
right
no, they're for something else. These aren't tattoo needles, Hugo.
They are fudge dispensing needles. I like my fudge intravenous, if that's all right with you. Clog up my veins with delicious fudge.
That's really just
You only have low blood sugar. There's only one way to fix it. Top mid push on this eco, and it's getting dealt with pretty easily as it doubles up. OC and Marky are left lacking in the weaponry department, and Azza's just styling right now. Him and Jacob, full house, all 5 between the two, and that's 13-7. Extra soul. This is not what we expected, but they've fallen silent right now.
We are on the precipice of a huge upset within the context of this RMR, and, you know, again, it's a shame that should it happen, it would be Extra Salt that have fallen victim to it, been one of the outstanding competitors at this tournament, but the reality is, you know, it's a brutal bunch of games here, and it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
I feel like they've just gone quiet, but there we go. JT gets the collateral. They line up. Might just be able to get something going for his team. Keep the numbers in whack at the very least, but at that range, tough fight to take with the M4. OC finds the first, gets in towards CT. He's wary of the mid presence. Wary of something coming through the middle. Or is on to the 2-on-2. Or there's smokes to cover this cross? No, so they're going to have to take it raw. They're going to try. One smoke up, just a little bit of path. They're going to run boost. It's not the player with the bomb, which is interesting, but it does seem they want to run boost. No, it's just a boost over to check Cat. That's what they're going for. They drop back down off of it. They waste their time here. They're going to run out of the smoke, and even a run boost won't help save them across that. Molly down. There we go. There it's coming. Oh, eventually. X-Ray really looking like a comedy of errors here, and the shot is missed. Grat tries to get the trade, but that is the bomb having made its way over. They figured it out. They brought the right player in. Now they've got the post plant.
Yeah, it's going to take so long to go back round for Extra Salt. They have to, though. Don't want to be double retaking CT. And so up on the catwalk, it's given time for Bentet to get comfortable in that smoke. Oh, they're going to cross past him as well. If he stays tucked to the wall, they might never know. He pokes out and gets a quick kill, leaving Marky on his own. 1v2, nice shot. Sees the orb from Grat, tries to hunt it before it escapes, but Marky's pre-fire won't do it. And no kit for this defuse. He's going to try and stick. It's never going to happen. He's manipulating his movement. He's moving, but he can't survive this shot. And 14-7, it's all EXTREMUM.
Well, yep, timeout coming in, as it should. Extra Salt with lots to think about. this would be where one of you lists those things that they are thinking about?
I mean, it's just been so rough for them this match. They haven't had their footing at all through it. It's been EXTREMUM all day. EXTREMUM, sorry. I'm going to get that one right one of these days. All through it. And we're seeing it in the highlights. This one almost looked good for Mikey. But it's now just 2 rounds away from being washed out of this tournament, where they were being tabbed as a favorite, where they had incredible results against some of the best teams in the region. This is a team that's on the rise, and whatever the result of this third map is, that won't change. But it certainly does put a massive dampener on the narratives that we've been building here in NA, that this could be the next great team. And meanwhile, a soft, slow EXTREMUM team, EXTREMUM team, well, they're shutting them right down. They're back into their form. They're looking good. And now they found the B site. This round is over. This is going to be map point. This is going to be series point. This is going to be elimination point for EXTRASALT to battle against.
Oh, and yeah, down middle, Liaz finishes the job. Here we are, looking said, looking done, looking everything but pushed over the line. They need 1 round.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many comebacks we've seen. I'm not banking on this one yet.
Well, they have got that double up setup that Mike astutely pointed out as being one of the best. Could be a factor, but EXTREMUM all the rounds to play with now.
Double up for both sides. Azza might swap his out if there's an AK in spawn. And so he does. Just taking some cross shots. They won't be ready for Grat and B with the AWP, but oh! Marky doesn't care. Just spams a smoke. Gets rid of him early. OC's up on cap, but decides against aggression as EXTRASALT sit with a man up. And so it's up to EXTREMUM to drag that back.
Yeah, they're trying to get out into middle. Marky, been a constant cause of problems. He's here, trying to keep this mid area under lock. Flashed in for a peek, and it's a good flash from Sonic. Bang aggresses on the short side as well with a flash from OC. Great bit of flash play to try and keep this numbers in your advantage. It's just Jacob dead as well. Finished off by that double AWP that we talk about, right? Caught in the crossfire. I will say, right, if you let money get behind EXTRASALT, even though they're a long way behind, right, this double AWP of OC and Sonic can be very, very punishing. So that's something to keep an eye on. I think, you know, if the comeback were to happen, it would come off of those two, really, like, going above and beyond.
Oh. Oh. Cheeky little 2-on-4. The bomb can get lost here with his double setup. Oh, flash is a bit awkward. Liaz clears close, ducks the AWP and the nade. Oh no, a follow-up from Liaz. They can't close. The series on this
wow.
has found JT inside of the site, and it all sits on the shoulders of Marky.
He has been so good. He's given us a lot of multi-kills, but this one is a big ask of Marky to keep this impossible comeback going. They know where he is. They know he's in CT. The molly's holding him back. There's this horrible crossfire between Buntet and Liaz that he's got to try and navigate. Puts up that molly close, right, hoping that the smoke makes it a little bit harder for this guy in pit to nail the shot. But is that going to be enough to keep Marky alive? Oh, the turnaround! Marky so low on Liaz, but not enough damage to keep it going. EXTREMUM, they send EXTRASALT home. They put a stop to their run, and they might need to change this. They're not meant to be the best esports org, but here they are, looking good. The boys back again, baby.
Welcome back to the CS Summit 8, and we're all saying, yeah, the boys like you in chat, because EXTREMUM have done it. We're going to talk about the result, but first I'll set you up, Mike, just by saying I don't think it's hyperbolic, but you can tell me if it is. I won't get upset. I think this is the biggest win in the team's history. Am I crazy?
I think it is. No, absolutely. I mean, even in that interview you were talking about before the matchup with Bentet, where he was saying this is the best EXTREMUM we've ever seen, that bar was not particularly high before. This is not a team that's had a lot of success since its inception, but this is a serious tentpole victory that you can start to crow about, right? This moves them deep into the points for the RMR points. This is a victory over a very hot Extrasalt team. This is also a victory where they should have been out of this game at multiple points on that nuke map. I mean, the 1v3 from Liaz was the big moment that seemed to swing things, but this is an EXTREMUM roster that battled back, that gutted it through in overtime, and then stomped it out on Dust 2, a map that hasn't been great for them. So you are absolutely right. This is the biggest victory we've ever seen from this new org.
Guys, pick up on that. I mean, I don't think it can be downplayed.
Yeah, a super impressive win, and we're seeing, you know, this team going rising and rising. I think this is going to be a great transition period where the boys can, you know, get back to top form. We saw them in Europe boot camp, and we saw them struggling there. Maybe people weren't expecting a lot out of them when they come back to NA, but Jacob said it feels like home. He feels like he's back at home playing in this region, and yeah, well, when you're winning, it certainly helps, doesn't it? I want to say as well, clutches in this series all went the way of EXTREMUM. It felt like they had double, sometimes even triple the amount of clutches on every single map played, all three here. So even the one that they lost. So
and really happy for Liaz as well, right? That guy's been, you know, brutalized in some segments of the community and heavily criticized for his lack of numbers, but, you know, had so much impact in that series. We might be able to get some insight about that impact because we're joined by the coach, Kassad, a personality and a legend in his own right. Thanks for joining us, Kassad. Good to talk to you again.
Hey guys.
I said that's the best version of EXTREMUM I've seen, and I think this is your biggest win. What do you think about that statement?
Oof, I mean, we were on the verge of losing this game as well. Like, when you go back at the first map, I think the main problem that we had is the fact that we played the big rounds, the important rounds, like not to lose instead of going for it to win. And I think that cost us too much. We get a 12-8 on the first map, and then the round number one, the big round number one, and then a 12-11, and a 13-12. It's always like a big round that we play not to lose, and instead of to win. The same thing happened on Nuke, but luckily we got some big rounds in from Jay and from a couple of more guys, and I didn't even watch Dust 2. I was just pacing around the building because right now we're in a Dignitas office, right, in LA. And whenever I go out, you know, because I can't really be even close to them according to rules, so I go out of the building, right? And I just look at my phone and I lose signal. I don't have internet, so it cuts off. So I just said, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for a walk. And I just walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and then I came back and the guys went out just like, we won. I was like, yeah, thanks. So, but yeah, it's a massive victory for us, I can say, because it's top 4. It's not to just, like, you know, to get us going, the momentum, and it's just because of the points as well for the major. It's a massive thing, you know. It's we need to, like, keep the legend status going for a little more while, kind of.
Kassad, I want to ask about Dust 2. It's a map that I was surprised to see at the end of this veto. You guys looked really, really good on it, but back in Europe, you had some shaky results, some close losses to Tier 2, Tier 3 teams. Would you say that you guys learned a lot from your time in Europe, especially over at Dust 2, and things you picked up from those matches to help you come out on top today?
So yeah, I mean, what people don't know, we boot camp pretty much 3 weeks before this event in Belgrade, simply because not just we had the bootcamp, there is Benny behind us and the guys are back, not just because we had the bootcamp, it's just because we had to spend 14 days out of Schengen zone to so we can get into NA, and we used that time to obviously bootcamp. And one of the things that we had to improve is our map pool, and Dust 2 was one of the maps that we had to kind of play better. Like you said, we had some rough losses and some close games against Windstrike, teams like that, and it wasn't really a bad map for us. I think in general we kind of feel that it's a decent map for us. We proved it today. I still have to rewatch it because, like I said, I didn't watch a single round. So yeah, but it paid out. It paid out.
Yeah, well, look, last question. I'll let you go and celebrate and maybe watch the game that you weren't allowed to watch and couldn't watch while you were on your travels. You'll play either Pain or Oplano next. Do you have any preference and why that would be?
Well, I think right now Pain is playing all right CS for the NA scene. I even think like in more than a few practice we had against them, like practice game, even in the boot camp when they were back in Europe, they were like showing some good things. I think even Elige tweeted something about them, and right now they're on the rise. They're not, you know, Furia level, but what Furia was before, I guess. But they're like climbing. So I would maybe wanna, if I had to pick, I would probably pick Oplano.
Okay, well. I hope you get your wish. It'll be an exciting game. I'm excited to see more EXTREMUM in this tournament. You guys have got better with every game. So go and enjoy your win with the teammates, and hopefully we'll speak to you again in the tournament.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Richard.
No worries. So there it is, the legend Kassad. And so look, other things that are legendary about BTS, not just cool interviews and talking to all the celebs. We do giveaways as well over it. And so this is now your opportunity to go and have a look at a giveaway to see what Beyond the Summit are giving away. You can do that by going to that link. That's on, see below the word giveaway as you're looking at it. Yeah. That thing there is a link. You take that link, you go there, and then basically you have a chance. You don't get it. You don't get the things you can see. That would be too easy. That would be a crazy giveaway. Obviously, there has to be like a percentage or, you know, BTS to be out of business. But you go there and you can get yourself some cool BTS merchandise and you can get yourself a StatTrack AK-47 skin from our sponsor, Vibet. So that contest is going to be open until 1 minute before midnight on May 30th. So don't try and be cool either and think, oh, I'll enter at midnight on May 30th, because there are jokes on you. You will not be having a chance to get the things that the giveaway is giving you a chance to have away. Anyway, yeah. I think we'll probably be throwing to a break now.
Yeah, now's a good time. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I think it's
look,
good.
After that break, do come back because we promised you a feast of Counter-Strike today, and that delicious meal was just the starter. The main course is coming. Pain versus Oplano. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you then.